bring the state comptroller down or somebody from their office, and we just wanted to officially take this request from the citizens to Nashville, present it ourselves to say we need help. But we wanted to talk to the state comptroller's office, we wanted to talk to the ethics review people, and when we get in there, I want you to understand this is not a police association thing. This is a citizen thing. So voice your opinions. This is your opportunity. If you got something you want to say it. You're going to have your state officials there. Go ahead on and verbalize it, voice it, you know. Maybe the only chance we get. But it's not going to stop here. We wanted to bring it to the state first. Then we're going to come back to Memphis and we're going to present it to the city council. But we wanted somebody else to have it first.
She goes to Hamilton High School. We're in South Memphis. I can't get a $2 million nothing to do a community service. But you got people that's getting tax breaks for 15 and 20 years. So when it's of the people, by the people, and for the people, and our youth, that was one of the reasons why 16 years old, you need to start developing leadership and leadership positions so that they can affect change. When you're down there for 20 years in power and you're not doing it, South Memphis is one of the premier neighborhoods in Memphis. But nobody gets to tell the story. So when our first doctors, our first lawyers, our first school teachers started moving into South Memphis, and now 30 years, if you've been down there on that council 15, 20 years, and the blight in South Memphis, when she walks to school, she has to see all of this, but then 4 minutes away, downtown brighter than the sun itself.
So they have taken away your health care for the first of the year?
End of this year, they're pulling the plug on us. We won't have the money for his chemo. He's on chemo, and he's in remission right now, so his medicine is working. But we don't have the money, and if they take our insurance, you know, there's just no way we can afford the treatments. So we just, after going there, we're not political activists, but after going there for a year and a half and really watching things and seeing how every time we go to a meeting, you know, somebody didn't get an email, they can't find the right amount, they send the city, Brian Collins comes down, he says, well, actually, that's not the right numbers. So they always have the numbers for the things that push their side of the agenda, but they can never find the real numbers for us. It's taken us a year to find out that there are 37 other families that are disabled in the same situation as us because they won't release the information.
I want to introduce a very good friend of mine. Yes. A very good public servant. Someone who has had my back for almost 20 years. A lot of people don't know it, but Ms. Camper and I were warrant officers in the Army together. And when we came home, we started a couple of businesses together. Then she decided to go into politics, and I decided to go play president of the Police Association. Ms. Camper agreed to facilitate this for us, to host us on the Hill. Yes. She's always been open to people. So that's nothing really new to her.
So, Treasurer Lillard, part of what this Day on the Hill for them is about is for about a year they've been asking for a forensic audit. They've been saying it's something just not quite right. And so I know you probably received a letter, and I know the comptroller did, and you all have responded and have done some great things to try to rectify the debt problem in Memphis. But this group has, I think you all gave them some guidance on what to go back and do. So they went back and did some homework and would like to, would you like to present him? Yes. They would like to present him.
First of all, thank you so much for coming down and talking to us. Sure. Really appreciate that. This is a consolidation of signatures from citizens of Memphis, from different neighborhood organizations. In living in Memphis, and we're here representing the citizens, a lot of times they go to the city and they request things and it's not available. Core services are diminishing. They say they're hurting for money, but we continuously see money being spent on things other than people. We also noticed that there may possibly be, like one of the incidences that's in the news right now, and I'm not going to call the individual's name, but he was the head of 2 departments in the city of Memphis, and now the federal government is coming in to do a forensic audit of Memphis Housing Authority. There was an audit done of MLG&W, and they found discrepancies over there. But nothing has ever been pursued on all of this, and the citizens keep saying, help, 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 and nobody's helping. So what we're going to do now is we wanted to present this to you, the state comptroller, the ethics committee, have you take a look at it. And please, 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 we would like some feedback on it, and if there are actions that need to be taken, we would definitely like action taken on behalf of the citizens.
Well, I appreciate you doing this. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I just want to comment quickly. I mean, what the gentleman's just given me here we'll look at certainly and respond to and look at and review from the standpoint of what action could be taken. I was a neighborhood leader in Memphis myself, and what y'all are doing in terms of leading as leaders in your community is very valuable, because that's how change comes about in government, is by doing that.
You start running into these third world looking communities. And then through the TV stations investigations department, it gives us an overview, like the other day, of all of the waste coming up in people's yards. Our money comes into the community. It gets you wondering about why isn't 3810 something getting the money, and then listening to the people we're out on the streets. Where's the money? Where's the money? So we're here today to start finding out
Where's the money?
where's the money.
How you doing, sir? My name's Mike Williams.
Wake up Memphis okay.
Wake up.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, we the citizens, we want to present this to you, and I heard everything you just said. But I also remember that, I think it was 2013, 2012, 2013, you actually sent the city a letter.
I did.
Because they were commingling funds.
I did, we did.
They were taking money out of the enterprise funds, using them for capital improvement. You quoted the TCA, and you did give them some suggestions on how to do things better. Now, we're not here because we want you to tell them how to spend their money.
Well, I may have some ideas, but I don't have the authority.
Well, no, got that. Or what's done. But what we do want the state to look at is where the money's going. We're also asking for an ethics review.
Yes.
Because that's a
review.
Yes, that's a part of it. Because, for instance, if you have a city councilman who is sitting on the council and he's representing companies that are making millions of dollars, then to me that's a conflict of interest. Also, to me, that's a violation. And I would suggest that that may possibly be going on. I would also say that...
So our authority is not to deal with ethics, it's to deal with what the law says.
And I understand that, but I think that there has to be a forensic audit so that you can see where the money's going, follow the money trail, because there are other entities that have the ability to hold them criminally accountable and also ethically accountable. But there has to be a true audit done.
There has to be a link.
Yeah.
There has to be
A link.
A link. A link.
a link, that's
Right, so that's why we're asking the state, because we can come up here and tell you our issues, and I understand. We're asking for help, okay? We have signatures from citizens that are saying something's not right, but we're also going to try to engage some other agencies as well. But we've been asking for a forensic audit, and I know they do an audit, but I will also tell you this, because I've worked directly with a lot of these individuals. Sometimes when you have the power and you have the money, you have the ability to influence companies, whether it be an audit company, and then an audit is only so good as the information provided.
Yeah.
That's,
And that's the issue. That's the issue with us. Because every time we ask for numbers, the numbers vary, the numbers differ. So we don't know what the true numbers are or aren't when they are using them to back up a lot of the agendas that they have. But anyway, so we want to just give you this.
Okay.
It does include some of the information that you sent earlier, and we just ask that you look into it. But
we'll review it.
Okay.
We'll figure out what we can or should do.
In good faith.
go ahead, sir.
They said something I didn't see. I didn't.
Go ahead. That's okay, sir.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
we will review it.
I asked if that evidence is going to be provided to the third-party auditors that you were talking about.
The information you have, will you be providing that to the third-party auditors that you're already discussing?
Oh, we may or may not now. I mean, the information comes to us is, no, we don't.
Believe me, I understand. Who pays those auditors, sir? The city. That's what I was getting at.
The city, yeah. Information is furnished to us. We may or may not do anything with it. I mean, we don't, you know.
So you're saying that you're going to review the information that we gave you and you will determine from there what needs to happen?
What our next steps are.
Right, and then would you report back to us?
We're very limited in what we report back. That's just the nature of what we always do. We don't traditionally report back because it doesn't work. We don't want to get in a who shot John game, and so we're very careful about what we may or may not report. That's just the way we do things. This is a traditional
Will Ms.
policy.
Chandler know if you're taking it any further or not? Representative Chandler?
We limited in what we say or don't say, and there's no.
Why are you limited?
Well, that's because this is a tradition we've always had in our office from the very beginning.
That's only a tradition.
Because we're not obligated. I mean, we're obligated to comply as we do, and we make judgments, and we make those judgments on it.
Well, the tradition was to pay the benefits for 50 years and they
Well,
wrote that.
That's not our issue.
No, I know that.
I wanted to just say, I'm a bookkeeper for a nonprofit organization, have been for 35 years. I understand audits. I have looked at the city's audit, and from my outside position, it doesn't look like the auditor did anything wrong. That's not what we're saying. But we have looked at our city budget and the city expenditures and the actual reports, and we have serious concerns about whether the details of the city expenditures are both legal and ethical. And that's where we're coming to you and saying, please help the citizens of Memphis, because we can't go to our city and ask them for help. We've been doing that for a year and a half now, and that didn't get us anywhere. We are coming to you as our state representatives and saying, please help.
I appreciate that. I really do. And, you know, until I see what this is, I can't comment and I can't make any promises. You ask me to make promises about stuff I don't know about.
I mean, a lot of the issues is that we're getting misplaced information from city officials who tell us as citizens that if they don't correct some of these things, the comptroller was coming down to shut the city down. So you have individuals out there in the city of Memphis, citizens, who believe that the power that you're telling us you don't have, they believe that you have that power.
We have a variety of powers.
Well, I understand, but I want you to know that they are telling us that you, the comptroller, will come down and shut the city down and turn it over to the state if some of these things are not taken care of. So I think that maybe the understanding of what the scope of your power is and what actually the city is trying to say and put on us is causing a lot of confusion between the two.
The city's using you as a scapegoat to say, we can't do this, we can't do that, because you're going to come down and do this and do that.
You're the boogeyman in our city.
I am not surprised to hear that.
The auditors come in, when the auditors that you have, or that do the city of Memphis, who provides them with the books? Because here's the issue that we have. We were told last summer to reinstate our benefits because we have employees that are hurting. We've lost our benefits. We'll take proposals. Just you guys look over the budget. We'll take 12 presentations. So they handed us the budget. It's online. Mayor Wharton's very proud of that budget that he put online. The problem is that when we went in and spoke with some council people with the same budgets, supposedly the same budgets, they had a different copy of the budget. The numbers didn't match. There are multiple copies of this budget that is running around, and it turns out, oh, we accidentally, when we called them out on it, we accidentally left like 12 pages out. Who's providing the information to the auditor? Because that's where your problem is. If you've got 3 different copies of the budget, one that the citizens get, one that city council gets, and one that the mayor actually operates off of, which one are you auditing? That's the issue.
Well spoken.
Expertise, will you help us?
We will take this very seriously, I can assure you.
And he's in a certain position. I understand that. And our mission today was to come and present this on the Hill.
That's right.
And hopefully they'll take a look at it and hopefully they'll respond. But like I said earlier, this is not our last stop.
Oh, that's right.
So we're going to be doing some other things as well. And hopefully in conjunction with what we do over here, it may facilitate something over there. And what we do over there may push something over here. So this is just the beginning and the starting process. And what we're doing is just, we want to come visit our capital. We want to speak to our state leaders, and we want to present the information to them and ask them officially for help and within the scope of their duties. And once that's over with, then we will make sure we get some answers, Mother King, because we're not going to stop, okay? How about that?